There is nothing we can do about the terrible animation in One Punch Man Season 3, and you need to let that sink in. Today, I'm not even gonna try to dissect everything wrong with the latest episode, because it's basically the same issue every single week with every episode. Flat out terrible drawings in the animation, too many still frames panning left to right, up to down. So much of the manga being cut out in the anime. You could probably make 2 episodes of One Punch Man from the panels of the manga Season 3 didn't animate so far. The fact that they have already animated good animated scenes or shots from the trailer or from the opening, and yet they still cautiously choose to use still frames or just badly drawn copies. I am honestly beginning to think at this point that JC staff or the director or Bandai Namco is actually trying to sabotage One Punch Man, because the decision making in this is just flat out evil. Why use 2 minutes of still frames panning from left to right when you already have an animated scene of Saitama from the trailer? Why cut out parts of the Garou vs Reaper and Boycott fights from the trailer and give us an incomplete version of it in episode 3? It's just bad decision making from the director. Maybe he's doing this because fans chased and harassed him off the internet, and fans are at fault for doing that, but why not prove them wrong by at least making some good decisions? I've been seeing a lot of posts going around on the internet to boycott Bandai Namco for the bad animation in One Punch Man Season 3, and I'm like, this is a really stupid idea. How do we even boycott Bandai? They're a production company. What would boycotting them do? To boycott Bandai Namco is to not watch a lot of your favorite shows. Do you just stop watching One Punch Man? Because if you do that, you're hurting the One Punch Man franchise more than you're hurting Bandai. If the viewership for Season 3 is low, you can just forget about the 4th season, because nobody will want to put money in that to animate. Some people are calling for the season to be completely redone or cancelled, and this is just even more stupid. What do you think this is? Sony or something? You think we're just gonna have another Sonic Miracle on our hands? No, this is different. People are literally going to Madhouse Studios' Twitter to beg them to take One Punch Man back. Yeah, that's not how it works, little bro. Besides, have you seen what Madhouse is animating these days? Imagine this being the Saitama vs Orochi last fight, or Garou vs Orochi. They're not doing any better than JC staff is. Madhouse has simply fallen off. What people don't understand is that the people that animated One Punch Man Season 1 at Madhouse in 2015 aren't there anymore. They're at MAPPA now. Yes, MAPPA Studios was founded by one of the co-founders of Madhouse, and this happened right after Season 1 of One Punch Man aired. So if you want to beg any other studio to animate One Punch Man, go beg MAPPA Studios. But we know that will never happen. The MAPPA animators probably haven't seen their families for over a year now, because they've been animating the 3rd season of JJK and the Chainsaw Man movie. And I'm guessing this is why a lot of people fell for a tweet from a parody MAPPA account claiming they'll animate One Punch Man. The One Punch Man fans are truly desperate at this point. And for anyone thinking that the Season 1 of One Punch Man had so much of a better budget than Season 2 and 3, you're wrong, because apparently Season 1 didn't have that much of a substantial bigger budget than the sequel seasons. So why was the animation so good then? Because Madhouse of 2015 animated the project with passion. Apparently they were really into One Punch Man, and they loved what they were doing. There are so many problems causing the bad animation in Season 3, from the little budgets to not enough time given to the animators to actually animate this season, to so many foreigners animating the season in the first place, because apparently a lot of the scenes in the season are being outsourced to freelancers and a multitude of foreign studios to animate. The 6th episode, which just released, was reportedly outsourced to a Chinese studio to animate. With so many people working on a single project and not enough time given, no one checks the work anyone did. No quality checks are done, which is why some frames are okay and some frames are so bad, so diabolical, that it should be a crime. If you want to blame JC staff or the director or Bandai Namco or even the One Punch Man committee for the bad animation, you can go right ahead and do that, because that won't really change anything at this point. We could just keep complaining till Kingdom Come, but we fans are at fault as well. Fans treated the animation studio and director like criminals, harassing, threatening, and insulting them before the 2nd episode of Season 3 even aired. That was really stupid on our parts because, well, when fans of a show harass you so much for the work you're doing for them, you really wouldn't feel like doing the work any better. We only encourage JC's staff and the director to not care about the animation by doing all that. But now, can JC's staff actually animate One Punch Man to the level we want? Yes, they can. Take a look at this. Now, who on earth do you think animated this? It's JC's staff, and they've done a lot better than this in animes like Konosuba. JC's staff can animate immaculately, so if you think JC's staff is a bad animation studio, think again. But for now, there is simply no saving One Punch Man Season 3. The best we can hope is that Season 4 won't be done in the same way. We've already seen the last of Garou in Season 3 anyways. Yep, the next time Garou shows up, he's gonna be facing Darkshine, which, as you can tell, won't happen in this season, because that happens in Chapter 126 to 129, and Season 3 will not be reaching that because it's only 12 episodes. One Punch Man honestly might never recover from this. It's always gonna be known as the worst animated show of all time. It's already worst anime of the year. We can only hope that Bandai Namco or the production company or whoever is in charge will give the next season enough time and budgets to be done right. You know, whenever that happens, maybe in 2087 or something. I remember the days when we were all clowning on the animation in Season 2 because it wasn't up to the quality in Season 1. Well, look where that got us. One Punch Man fans right now would literally trek across the Sahara Desert to get Season 2 animation back again. It's really sad to see my first and favorite anime being butchered like this today. Anyways, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.